G'day, I'm Patrick from Douglas Fir Design. Welcome to the Router Bits. I have a little chat today about this tongue and groove set from Torquata. It allows you to create both pieces of the tongue and the groove on any stock you like. Tongue and groove is obviously a really common joint, especially for floorboards and wall panelling. There's plenty of other applications, and this allows you to use whatever timber you have in two different sizes, in 19 and 12 mil, to create that joint really simply and really quickly. So first up, we're going to cut the tongue component of our tongue and groove, and so I've installed the tongue cutter in the machine. So what you need to do, it's exactly 19 mil thick, which is the same thickness as the stock we're cutting, and that's what it's designed for. You've got to bring the bottom of the blade down to the throat plate, in our case, and we'll just double check that by laying a piece of 19 mil next to it and just checking that it's exactly the right height, which it is. It has a bearing between these two blades, and so that's going to prevent the wood going too deep, so you don't really need to worry about that too much. So just bring the fence up. The easiest way is to make it line up with that bearing. So I'm just going to do that by placing my little square there and just bring the fence forward until it touches. If it's a little bit behind the bearing, that's okay. It won't make any difference to the product. If it's in front of the bearing, your tongue will be too short. Alright, let's give it a shot. Now that we've cut our tongue, we need to cut our groove. So I've put the groove bit in the router table here, and what I'm going to do is match that single blade with the height of the tongue that I've got here. As you can see before, the process of setting the depth was exactly the same. I just lined up that bearing with the fence. I got a perfect groove in there that matches delightfully with my tongue. Such an easy way to join panels. You can glue them, or you could leave them as a dry fit if you had an application that required that. But yeah, so simple and strong, and it all lines up straight away. Alright, so Torquata make these tongue and groove sets in a 19 mil set and a 12 mil set. And the reason that's important is because if you tried to use the 19 mil set on something 12 mil, the actual groove is so wide that it leaves barely any shoulder on the piece of wood that you're working on, and it'll make it really weak. As far as I know, I haven't been able to find any other company that makes a 12 mil set, so it's really handy if you're doing thinner panels for walls or some really fine cabinetry work or something like that. You can grab these Torquata tongue and groove sets from Timbecon, either online at timbecon.com.au or in their stores in Perth and Melbourne.